Okay, here it is. We have the Beelink GT1 Android TV box. Comes in a black box. The box is well packaged, inside with some foam around it. It's got the protective film on it, which we shall take off and show you the surface of the box itself. It's well stuck on, so you need to give it a good pull, as my able PA is demonstrating now. Give it a really good tug and it should come off. There it goes, and it's off. Okay, just holding it up to the camera. You'll have to excuse the reflection of the webcam in it, but you'll see it's got a smooth carbon-like fibre surface. The first thing you'll notice about this Android TV box is how small it is. I couldn't quite believe it myself, but here are the measurements. As near as damn it, you're talking 96mm wide. And the length of it, well, pretty much the same. We didn't measure it spot on, but it's pretty much the same size, so about 96mm. And the thickness of it, quite surprisingly, is only about 16mm. On the back of the box we have the 5V USB 2, I believe, HDMI 8, the LAN and the optical port. And on the left side of the box we have another USB, which I think is USB 2, and a micro SD card, which I believe is a maximum of 32GB. The manual for the Beelink GT1, not great, there's not much information in it here. All we have is the back of the box and the left hand side of the box telling you what to put into which ports. Nothing much else to say about that. We can connect a USB mouse to it. I'm sure they might be able to stick a wireless one on there as well with an adapter. Back to the box now. If you lift the back box out, you'll find the power supply. Obviously mine's a UK plug, but I do believe they do it in a US plug and an EU plug. The length of this wire was about 120 centimeters long. Go back to the box again, take the foam out that held the Android TV box, and you'll find a HDMI wire. This is a bit short, it's only 80 centimeters, but if your box is close then you shouldn't need any longer. And the last thing in the box is the remote control. It comes well wrapped in its own little box and has a cellophane cover on it, so you can take the cover off. Right, this is where I try and use the remote control myself, being disabled. As you find out that it's quite difficult for me. The problem with the remote for me is that it's not flat underneath. My PA will turn it onto its side and you'll see that it's curved. Now, this is great if you're able and can hold the thing, but for me, without any finger function, I cannot hold it. So I'll show you now. When I try and press the keys down, imagine it was laid on my table and I would try and press the keys, the thing wobbles. You can't get any purchase onto the keys at all, so I can't use it while it's on the desk or anything. It's really quite wobbly. I can get around this, which I have done with other remote controls, with sticking some plasticine or blue tack under the end of it to stop it wobbling. But usually I'd try and pick it up myself in my other hand, which I'll show you now. As you can see, I've got no finger function, so I'm trying to slide it onto my hand. Now the problem is with this remote, like a lot of other remotes, it's got the same shiny black plastic back as the front, so it's got no purchase, so it doesn't stay stuck on my hand like some remotes with a rubber backing. Now this means when it's on my hand, or when I can try and get it onto my hand, it'll keep falling off and sliding away. Now this would be a problem if I could only use this remote, but being disabled I have a special remote that I can program with the information from this one. So basically it's a universal remote control that I can use one giant button and use all the controls on this one through that system. And the last thing is you'll just need two batteries for it. I believe they're two AAA batteries. Now plug the Beelink GT1 into my TV now and I'll do a quick review. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go to the settings and you'll want to go into the network. If you go to Wi-Fi then you should be able to see your internet connection there through the Wi-Fi. If you click on your connection and then put obviously your password in, then what I had to do then is go to the display. The screen is slightly too big for my TV, so what I need to do is go to display, screen position, and then you can shrink or expand the screen to fit your TV. I think I needed to move mine down to 93%, and that seemed to fill the screen fine. You may be slightly different on yours, you may not need to do it at all, but the information's there if you need it. Back on the settings tab, I'll just scroll down all the way down to the bottom on the settings, and there should be information about the box here. Yes, about media box. If you go, I've gone to that, and I'll click on that for you. And as you can see, we're running, the model number is the Beelink GT1 and Android version 6.0.1. Then you go back here, I'll just go to storage, just check the storage on it. Yeah, and then we can see there on internal storage we've got 16 gigabytes. Click on that, and it's obviously placing in where you want to put your downloads, your music, photos, etc. Now the Kodi Media Center, which is probably why most of you bought the box anyway. I can click on this and show you they had pre-installed apps already on it. Can't show you what they're like, otherwise I'd be breaking copyright law, but I have watched a few videos on it and it does play very smoothly. If it's a little bit jumpy, you could always connect the Ethernet cable to your router directly, and that should give you a much better and free-flowing picture. Now a quick look at the browser on it. Went straight to Google. You can see while we're typing the stuff in here, it does run quite smoothly. No real lag between the keys. Obviously I'm getting my PA to do this as I can't use the remote myself. You could connect a mouse and keyboard to the box and I'm sure that would work fine. So just have a quick look at the Beelink website through this. Okay, it's going to go through to the Beelink website now, and it's downloading reasonably fast. The image actually looks better on the TV than it does on the actual video I've done here. That's due to me having the camera a bit too close to the TV, I think. If I do another review next time, I'll make sure I'd use a pretty different TV without so much of a big window behind it that caused a lot of glare. Last little bit here, just running through all the settings on the box. I think are pretty standard on all Android TV boxes nowadays. It's the usual stuff. I'll just let you watch it and just see how it smoothly it scrolls through, and it does scroll through quite smoothly. The quick review of the box then. The only issue I have with the box is the remote control, but that's because of me and the disability I have. The remote's a little bit laggy as well when we started, but as we went along and used it more, it became more responsive, so I think it was just bedding in time. The video playback on it's nice and smooth. You can get all the details from the very front part of the video. I think it's better than me trying to reel out figures to you. You can look at the very front of the video for that first 3 minutes. It gives you all the details that you need about the box. I hope that's enough information for everybody. And finally, thank you to Beelink for sending me the Beelink GT1 with the new Amlogic S912 chip. Thank you and goodbye.